Hello, and welcome to another medical moment with Dr. Valerie Walker. Today will be the Dirty Dozen, the 12 worst things that can happen to your health care. I know the first thing y'all noticing are these glasses, and I put them on to make you smile, because one of the things we do know helps your health care is when you smile and put a little laughter in your life. Now let's get busy talking about the Dirty Dozen. Okay, and I'm joined here with my assistant, Kanisha, today. And the Dirty Dozen are actually the 12 worst things that can happen to your health. And I know a lot of you are saying, oh, what could be so bad? What could happen to my health? What could derail my health? And I remember growing up as a little child, my mother used to always set us on the front porch and tell us all these different things. And the one thing she asked us, she said, what is the worst thing that could happen to your health care? So me growing up in the country between Georgia and Florida, I said, oh, a great big bear running out the woods to eat you up. She said, no. I said, a big snake laying over there in the grass. She went, no. And everything I named, she would say, no, 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 until we finally asked her, what is the worst thing that can happen to your health? Now, I wonder if you all out there know what it is. It's actually stress and anxiety. The number one killer of everybody, believe it or not, is stress and anxiety. We are a nation just plagued with stress from everywhere, what we see on the news, what's happening in our families, what's happening in our own life. And the one thing the Bible says so often that Jesus said is be anxious for nothing. Stress releases all these old negative chemicals in your body that fight or flight response that just makes you nervous, makes the heart beat fast, and make all kind of things go wrong in your life. So the one thing you want to try to correct, and number one on my list, is anxiety and stress. Be anxious for nothing. Number two, coming in big and strong, is what we eat. We are what we eat. Absolutely. Everything that goes in that body comes out in the body. And it even comes out, beauty experts say it also comes out in your skin. The things you want to avoid is things like saturated fats, cholesterol, diets high in carbohydrates, things like, okay, I'm finna hurt a lot of y'all feelings. Let me just go and get it out the way. Macaroni and cheese, dressing, cheesecake, all the good things like that I say in my book. And I have a best-selling book, 131 Ways to Live to Be 131. The first thing I tell you, if it tastes good, spit it out, because chances are it is not good for you. And some of the worst things for you actually all start with C's. And the C's are, and I will tell them to you right now, C for cookies, C for cake, candy, cream, as in ice cream. You know a lot of y'all going to bed every night eating a big bowl of ice cream. I see you, whether you know I see you or not. A lot of excessive cheese, chocolate. Well, some chocolate is good for you, especially chocolate, dark chocolate, and canned goods. So those are the C's. So just remember the terrible C's. Try to stay away from saturated fat, hydrogenated fats. And if you ever look on the label and see something that says high fructose corn syrup, put it back, because that's just syrup and you do not need that in the body. Number three, HPI. This stands for habitual physical activity, and HMI stands for habitual mind inactivity. We've linked heart disease and brain disease together, and what we found out is the same risk factors for heart disease, such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, inactivity, not doing anything every day, being a couch potato. Let me tell you something. Telling people you're a couch potato is not funny. That is not funny at all. That is horrible. You got to put that remote down and get up and do something. A body that is in motion stays in motion. A body that is at rest will stay at rest. So you've got to exercise your brain as well as your heart. Even doing crossword puzzles will exercise your brain. We've done studies and found out that people getting dementia, when we engage their brain, they do a whole lot better. So just remember, same risk factors for heart disease are the same risk factors for Alzheimer's. So you want to get up and you want to get moving. We've actually found out, believe it or not, that sitting is worse than smoking. So if you're sitting around all day, at least get up, stretch, do something, walk down the hall and come back. But do not just sit all day. And the next thing that will hurt your health. Number 4 is a pot belly with chicken legs. Now, don't laugh, because this is not funny. You've all seen the guys walk around, especially if you go to a truck stop. Just go to a truck stop and sit there and look. You're going to see most of the truckers and most men today, they jump out the trucks or their cars and they got these big bellies and they got these little bitty chicken legs. That is just a setup for heart disease, high cholesterol, diabetes, all these things, because we know a lot of times men work so hard they don't have time to exercise. So that's how they come up with these big belly chicken legs. So if you have a big belly and chicken legs, you have got to hit that gym. You got to build those legs up and you got to get that belly going, because that belly is just a heart attack, believe it or not, waiting to happen. So let's get rid of big belly chicken legs. And ladies, don't grin. Some of y'all got big belly chicken legs too. So don't act like it's just the men. We all got to get out there and get a little bit more active. So that's number 4. Number 5 is smoking. Do you know that smoking is the number 1 preventable cause of death? Meaning you didn't have to die. You did not have to leave here. Every cigarette you smoke, you nail in your coffin. You just driving a nail straight through your coffin with every cigarette. We have found out there are over 4,000 substances in a cigarette that can cause cancer. One of the things in a cigarette is embalming fluid. So if you waking up feeling a little stiff, don't think nobody like your wife or nobody did anything to you. It could be that cigarette, because it actually has embalming fluid in it. A lot of y'all didn't know that. You know it now, because you heard it right here on the Medical Moment with Dr. Walker. The next thing that is a deterrent to our health is alcohol and illegal drugs. Now, a lot of people that drink, my patients always tell me, oh, well, now, Dr. Walker, it's just beer. It ain't just beer, because I don't drink hard stuff. So I'm sitting there saying, what's the difference between hard and soft and beer? And what they really thinking is beer is benign, but it is not. You know why? You got to drink a lot of it. You know, you got the little 6-pack don't do you any good. You may have started off when you were young, 1 or 2 beers. That don't do it. Then 3 or 4. Next thing you know, you got 12. And then next thing you know, you got a whole case of beer. I see y'all at those stores after you get off work throwing them big cases of beer in the trunk. But what happens is volume is so much beer. You know, if you were going to take a little shot, you take a little shot and you're done with it. Beer, you got to keep drinking bottle after bottle after bottle, a can after can after can. And the liver is the organ in the body that's responsible for detoxifying all that alcohol. So you dumping all that beer, your poor liver is asking for a break. Your liver don't want all that alcohol dumped on it every day, because the liver have to detoxify everything hit your body that it don't recognize as food and water. So you really overworking your liver, and that's why alcoholics get this thing called cirrhosis of the liver. The liver couldn't do no more. It did all it could all those years with you jumping that alcohol on it, and now it can't do anymore. So you want to get that alcohol in check, especially women. Women, y'all out there drinking pretty good too. You're attending these happy hours after work, and you're not coming home until you're unhappy and sick and wake up the next day with a hangover. So women, you used to didn't drink as much as men. Now you all really outdoing the men. So let's cut back on the alcohol. And that's not to say you can't, if your doctor approves you a little social drink here and there, but you're drinking way too much and you overtaxing your liver that has to detoxify your body. So leave your liver alone and give it a break, and give it a break from that alcohol and start drinking some water. So that's the other thing. Illegal drugs, that's a whole different show. I'm going to do a whole different program on illegal drugs, but just stay away from those also. The 7th is paid character assassins. And what that means is just people who go around, used to say down south, you don't have a life of your own, and you assassinate people's character just because you don't like them. And guess why you don't like them? There's no reason. You just, sometimes you just don't like people, and you say things about them, you write things about them in memos, you get them fired for jobs for no reason, and those are paid character assassins, and that's something you just should stop, because what goes around comes around. And my grandmama always taught me, if you dig one ditch, you better dig 2, because that other ditch is probably going to be for you. So stop being a paid character assassin. And the next thing as we go through our dirty dozen is social isolation and loneliness. Did you know that most elders, especially senior citizens, when we drop them off in the nursing homes and places where they don't have a lot of social interaction or they living at home, check on the old people. America has the worst history in the world of taking care of their seniors. Other countries bring their seniors in, let them live with them. They think they wise and they benefit from their wisdom. But oh no, not us. We ain't got no more time for grandma and grandpa. Don't do that, because social isolation and loneliness is very bad for the human body. And the next one, as we go through it, and we're almost done, is dehydration. We don't drink enough water. We drink soda. I tell patients all the time, they say, oh no, Dr. Walker, I don't drink soda. I don't like water. I tell them, well, it likes you. Well, I just drink soda. And I ask them this same question every time. Would you take a bath in soda? Oh, they get so indignant. No, I wouldn't take a bath in soda. What make you think I'd take a bath in soda? I say, I'd rather you take the bath in soda and drink the water than vice versa, because it's not good for you. Because if you look at the first ingredient on the soda, it says high fructose corn syrup. So you're really drinking syrup. So you might well, when I was in the country, we used syrup on biscuits. We did not drink syrup. So sodas are not good for you. Research really kind of think sodas is one of the primary reasons why so many people in America are diabetic. So let's drink more water, keep ourselves hydrated, and please stay off the soda. It'll stop urinary tract infections. You won't be so constipated, and you'll do much better in life with some good old-fashioned water. And number 10, as we wind this thing on down, is sugar and other refined products. Try to stay away from white things, white like rice, white bread, all these things that sugar that's been refined and all, you need to stay away from. I like for my patients to eat pure and natural. So remember those words, pure and natural. And get outside this summer and plant your garden and start eating out of that. And don't put a lot of pesticides on it. My mama's pesticide was vinegar and water. And she always would say, the bugs don't like me when I spray them in the face with a little vinegar and water. I said, Mama, people wouldn't like you if you sprayed them in the face with some vinegar and water. So let's try to eat more natural and stay away from refined. And the rule of thumb is the more ingredients on the back of something you're eating, the worse it is for you. The best ingredient is one. One like one orange, one banana, one avocado, just one. So read the ingredients and make sure you keep it down as much as you can to one. And then as we wind on down is the spirits. And the worst spirits in the world is jealousy. Oh, that is just horrible. Bitterness and unforgiving. You cannot, and cheat. Those are the worst spirits in the world. You ever had somebody tell you they're going to take you on a date and it's going to be grand and royal and they take you to McDonald's? Well, you know, I have no problem with McDonald's, but that's not the royal grand date that you're supposed to go on, and that's because these people are cheap. And a cheap spirit can't get anything back, because as long as you leave your fist closed up, God can't ever put anything in it. So be a generous spirit. You know why? God is generous. So stop being so cheap and stop being jealous. Why are you so jealous? Everybody's jealous of each other. The first murder in the Bible is actually Abel and Cain. Cain killed Abel because he was jealous of him. He was jealous because God liked his offering better than he liked his. So jealousy goes all the way back to Genesis, the first book in the Bible. So we got to stop that jealousy spirit that we got going. And the other thing is bitterness. We are so bitter and just mad with the world. People just angry for no reason. That's why we're seeing all these shootings and things going on in the world, is this bitterness. And not only bitterness, the biggest is unforgiveness. When you don't forgive somebody, guess what? That's just like you making the poison and drinking it yourself. That person done gone on with their life, don't know nothing about you, they're bitter and unforgiving, and there you are fuming. brooding all your life over something that happened 20 years ago. I got families don't even speak to each other because they said, Mama promised me the couch and my sister took it, so I'm not going to speak to her no more. So give up that unforgiving spirit and try to correct those and put them in check and ask God to help you with it. And the last and the most important to me, other than anxiety, is pride. We get too prideful. You know who was the proudest person in the world? Satan. That's how he got kicked out of heaven. He wanted to be like the Most High God, and he got kicked out. So kill that prideful spirit you got. Don't walk around like you all that in a bag of chips, knowing you're not even a Frito. Come on now, you're not a Frito. So let's not do that. Let's kill that prideful spirit and stay humble the way God wants us to. So those are the 12 worst things that can happen to your health care. You can get a copy of my best-selling book, 131 Ways to Live to be 131. Contact us if you need to know how to order it, and we will get this book out to you. So think about it. I hope you wrote down some of them tips, and if you live by it, you'll be one of those people that live to be 131 years old. This is Dr. Valerie Walker with The Medical Moment, and I'll be talking to y'all next time. Keep up with me because I'm going to be giving you all kind of medical tips. Thank you.